Dear friends, I wholeheartedly welcome all of you to this meet of Zena Global Family Foundation. As you have seen already in the vision document and in the objective, our objectives are very high. Our vision is to spread happiness everywhere throughout the world and in through various modes and means. And for this, many say sub-organizations of the same Zena family have been created. Zena Global Family Foundation is one of. Global Family Foundation is, as if I'm not wrong, the objective is academic collaboration with student potential. Is it right?
Everybody on mute.
Now we have in Zena Family Foundation people from various walks of life, and they are experts in their
Just unmute yourself, sir.
topic.
Just unmute yourself.
What is needed is that the expertise from all those people who are members of Zena Global Family Foundation should be joined together, and their synergy, their energies, which are their individuals, should be transformed into the synergies which the foundation can have, and on which basis it can go ahead. You know, this idea of from individual ideas to group synergies is wonderful, because individually we might have different type of ideas, different type of views, different type of opinions to transform those ideas, translate those ideas into action. But then if we join our forces together, if we join our minds together, probably we'll be able to find better solution than what we can do individually. Because as in Sanskrit, they say, munde munde mati bhinna, and vade vade jayate satya, which means that different minds have different heads have different minds, different ways of thinking, and through only through this vad, or only through these intellectual intercourses, we will be able to find the truth or find the best way. So that is why we have uh, assembled here, and I will welcome you all, and to uh, to put your minds, your hearts, and your hands together and find out what is the way forward for us. By putting our heads, heart, and hands together, it is simply meant, as you know, that our thoughts, our passions, and our implementations, our activities. So please do um, join your thought, join your heads, and find out what we can do in this way. And with this, I open this meeting and I pass it on to Mohana for further moderation. Thank you. Mohana, are you listening? Yeah.
Wait, let me.
So, understanding what our purpose is, and we've spent quite some bit of time trying to figure out how best we can, get going. So, I would like to put forward each one's. I would like everybody to, talk about what they wish to do within Zena. I will not use the term for Zena. I will say within Zena. At the end of the day, you would be doing what appeals to you most. But then somewhere the synergies have to happen. So with that, if I may ask, Rajiva, Poonam Didi is not joining, or will she take a little time?
No, she will take a little time because some emergency has cropped up
Okay. Okay.
related to her parents. So either you can take up the introduction round of all the members of 1 minute kind,
Yeah.
or you can request Nandita to do it. Either of the. Poonam Didi has come, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, let us just connect.
Yes.
She has to unmute. I think Nandita, you have to unmute her.
No, I think
No,
she
you
can.
can unmute. You can all unmute.
Didi, you have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Didi. Welcome.
I am so
No,
sorry.
no, no, no. Don't waste. Don't waste. It's all being recorded. So your sorry will get recorded. And then tomorrow nobody will even say anything. Don't put these things on record. There are people from media, newspaper, and all that. They will all really. You see, people from Kashmir is there, and so many media people are there. Never put on record. Even that is what the truth may be. Okay. So yeah, Didi, you have come in just at the right time. The 1 minute introduction of members round has to start. And I think you can see from the screen and call out the names and proceed with your self-introduction. Please, the floor is yours, Didi.
Thank you all. I'm very apologetic. What would I want to say in this context? That I am looking for an opportunity to make a meaningful contribution to this society and this family. I bring to it an experience as an educator of 35 years in the US and many years before that. We are at a pivotal historical moment where our society is facing many crises. And it's important that we able to put our finger on one or two related crises and to be able to find a way to somehow alleviate the situation. This is not a task for any one individual expert or any one individual sector of society. We need a certain synergy between us. And I think that it behooves us to be able to generate that synergy. We all have excellent individual ideas. What we need to do is create the whole that is greater than the sum of the parts. I'll end here.
You have to call names from the screen, Didi,
Moderate
for
the session.
1 minute introduction, please.
I am only managing this on my cell phone. So the next person on my list is Nandita Sethi. Could you please take the mic from here? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And hello, everybody. So I think what we are asked to speak is about what we can really, or what we envision to do on this platform. So I think, like Poonam Didi, I think I'm also been an educator for very many years and then turned an entrepreneur. So probably what I can envision for it is taking on programs in education and skill development and entrepreneurship. That is where I could chip in and would want to contribute. And I can see that there is a lot we can do, because if I see from a country's point of view also, I'm just taking a little more time. Hope it's okay. That as a country, we have not nurtured certain aspects, and for which there have been repercussions, and now the narrative is changing. And what was earlier something like, everybody was getting educated, and you have a whole lot of PhDs also in the country. But if I actually look at many of the people, neither are they fully employable, nor have they created any business for themselves. So I think the narrative of the country itself is now a bit changing. And what is coming about is that with a lot of digitization, mechanization, what we are heading for is a huge unemployment gap. Um, and I think Mohana knows this best because of IoT and because of artificial intelligence and all these things. So either we use up technology and get into that segment, or we learn to employ ourselves. So what I can bring to the table is I can get into skills which help people learn to employ themselves and to turn themselves as entrepreneurs. And around that, whatever programs are available, I should be able to handle those and would be happy to do that. That's from me. So I
Thank you.
think we'll move on from here. I'll just help her out. Next, I think, so in line, it is Atul Sinha ji next.
Okay. So personally, I have a very wide-ranging expertise. I spent a very long number of years in the corporate world. And after that, when I kind of left the corporate world, I pursued a PhD in yoga. So I have these 2 levels of expertise. So whatever experience I have from the corporate world in terms of just general management, business development, and stuff like that is on the table. But my passion just now is taking the discipline of yoga to schools. And all the research which I have done is in that field. I published 4 papers in that area. And I see that even if children were to do just 20 to 30 minutes of yoga every day, they will have certainly a very improved attention. So cognitive efficiency will improve. They'll calm down their mind, so their emotions will be under control. Their socialization will improve. Their how they interact with peers and with teachers and parents will improve, and it will therefore solve a lot of problems which children are facing today in terms of stress. And so that's my passion. If that's something which appeals to this group, I have the wherewithal to do that. I have the wherewithal to do the full thing, from developing yoga modules, training teachers to deliver the modules, to research the efficacy of the modules, etc., etc. So I have all that expertise. So that is something which is right now calls me, and something which I can do.
Can I just ask a follow-up question?
Please.
Okay, so I'm a meditator, and I'm coming at it from yoga and meditation and spiritual pursuits as a sort of a family of practices. One of the challenges we face in this regard, whether we're talking about meditation or yoga or prayer for that matter, is that it is in contradiction with the modern worldview of our society, which is focused very largely, at least among the urban classes and the middle classes, on an undue emphasis on individuality and individualism. This goes counter to the worldview of yoga. So we practice yoga individually, of course. We practice in a group sometimes and sometimes not. I have faced this dilemma many, many times within the Indian context, that yoga has become incorporated into individual pursuits. So we're talking about my health, my well-being, my prosperity, my happiness. And while those are important, an individual cannot contribute to society and make it a happy society if the individual is not happy. But there is a kind of a Lakshman Rekha around the individual that the individual doesn't cross. And unless we face this challenge or about what are the limits of yoga for the individual and how can this become a social movement, I don't have the answers, but I want to just place this point here at the moment. I'm like,
I think you've raised very relevant issues around yoga. And my concern is that if we get into this conversation, we'll take the 2 hours to discuss this. So,
no, I'm not asking you let me get into this discussion. I'm
but
simply
you
saying
flagged it. Yes, I get
note
it.
this as a
Note
footnote.
it, and
It's
you know,
just a
we could have
footnote.
a separate conversation on this.
Right.
But
right.
to just very briefly, I did all my research in schools for my PhD thesis in Bangalore, and universally, all schools say yes, yoga is beneficial. Not one school had a problem, and it cut across cultures. The school where I did my yoga module, testing and all that, had kids from all backgrounds, the Muslim background, Christian background, Hindu background. Everybody did. There was absolutely no problem. There was no resistance from parents and all that. So that is point number one. What the schools say is the barrier is more than, cultural, individual, conceptual barriers. The barrier is more in terms of time and resources. Where do I fit it in? So many of your educators, schools have insanely packed schedule, and it's become a business. A lot of people are coming and saying, hey, I'm offering this education, that education. People are incorporating it in schools. So it's very insanely become very activity oriented,
Yeah,
and
I completely understand. It will be a
which
challenge.
is a problem, But
Yeah.
there is no today, at least there is no ideological, religious, or what should I say? Those kind of barriers to yoga. It is a very logistical barrier, if there is any. So my work has been to kind of get around that by developing very short, effective modules, 15-20-minute modules, which kids can do every day.
Okay, thank you for the interaction and for sharing your opinions. I think we'll move on to Mr. Daud Farooqi. Are you there, Mr. Daud Farooqi? Yeah.
Just one correction. He is Dr. Daud Farooqi,
Okay.
and he has done some very phenomenal studies, which I am sure during his introduction he'll be able to speak. Yes, Daud bhai, please.
Rajiv Bhaiya, I'm sorry that is over the top. Well, anyways, thank you very much for having me in this family. I'm really grateful to sit with such nice people who are doyens of their own areas. So I'm really feeling elated being here. And thank you for allowing me to say about myself something here. Yeah, the name is over there, Daud Farooqi. It seems that we are sharing with each other that why we are here, and mostly we are saying that how we can contribute to this wonderful group. And that is basically backed by our expertise. So therefore, I very humbly present myself that I am working in the area of evidence-based policy. Initially, I was a psychologist. I did a PhD, and I studied impact of abuse on cognitive development of children. And when I was studying the impact, I was very much interested that my findings should be incorporated to the policy and practices into in this country, so that the quality of life of those children could improve. But I was slightly um, um, uh, disappointed. So I was trying to improve my understanding from different sources, and I got a chance to have a meeting in United Nations, and some experts suggested me that evidence-based policy is an area which can help you to get your findings into policy circuit. I joined Oxford for that purpose. I trained myself in evidence-based policy. I worked in the UK in different sectors, including think tanks. And I could see that we were, in India, we were missing a lot in terms of policy. First, that the participation of people into policies is slightly misguided. Second thing is that the precision and accuracy of policies is less scientific. And evidence-based policy, which was yet to enter into India, was able to offer something. So currently, I'm trying to popularize this method through my work, through my personal research, as well as developing a group. And yeah, this is my effort.
Just
So
one.
that's it from me. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Farooqi. Thank you. That was a nice share. So I think we're just kind of mapping out what all of us really can do for Zena and for ourselves together, and get that synergy together.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
yeah. So we'll move on to Dr. Nautiyal, Dr. CM Nautiyal. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Yes, sir. Let me just bring you onto the spotlight.
You have to
Yes.
unmute.
He can unmute himself. I'll do that.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, actually, I joined very, very late because of some technical glitch here. I'm Dr. CM Nautiyal, Chandramohan Nautiyal, and I'm a scientist. And I think by making people meet and interacting, it's always something really good. And I have known Rajiv ji for quite some time, and I think it's a good effort. And getting to meet new people, people who have talents, and people who are really doing well and are creative, I think it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
So I think what we want you to share is also as a part of Zena, what is it that you envision to bring on the table, or what is it that you would like to do along with Zena in terms of what you're passionate about or really want to take forward?
But I think we are people from very, very different professions, most of us are in varying professions, but I think there is always some common ground. So by sharing the information and the knowledge from our fields, I think that itself will be a great achievement. So for example, I am a scientist, and I don't know how many people are there who are scientists here, but then there are people here from many other professions. So I would like to learn from them. Actually, I don't have a very, very clear idea of the, you could say the main topic here, because I just joined. There was some technical glitch, as I told you. So I just joined and you asked me to speak. So all I can say is that by sharing our knowledge and by knowing about each other, we would be able to make a better world.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And sorry, I called you immediately as you joined because I'm going in that order what it is showing on the screen here. So yeah, but really glad to hear your background of a scientist. I'm sure you bring a new perspective to the whole thing. Most of us are from the academic background and from industry, a lot of people from corporate. And so what we are trying to do is we are trying to see where we can synergize on creating something of value to society, to ourselves, community. That's what we are trying to map out. So thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. And yes, I think we'll move on. Mohana, I think you are next in line. So Mohana, you're also the co-host. So yes, Mohana, go ahead.
Um, yes, definitely. I would like to talk about what I bring to the table. Um, I run a small little IT consultancy. So that is there. However, I mean, what I had actually talked about and what I would like to talk about, the Zena family is because we're a family. And the fact that we have joined this family to make a difference in this world. There is some kind of altruistic, kind of thoughts within us, which has led us to join this platform. If it was only for commercial benefit, I don't think we would have been here. There are n number of places which one can sign up for commercial gain. There has to be something beyond that. As I think Mr. Tripathi mentioned, there is a very high level of intellectual interest and possibly also, now there needs to be some kind of something beyond simply commercialism. We come from diverse backgrounds, whatever are. I'm not sure how many of us have vocations beside professions, and I don't mean hobbies. There must be some calling for which we have signed up onto the Zena platform, the Zena family, as we call it, this sense of belonging to the family and one to the other, and making a difference to the world. I think that is right through and through everybody's thought. I don't think on a Sunday evening or an afternoon, why would we even spend the time to get together and talk about what we wish to do for the world in general. Yes, we definitely wouldn't want it to be an out-of-pocket experience. It definitely would, I will not even say it should be not for profit, but it should be beyond simply, as they call it, not only for profit. I think all of us have diverse backgrounds. That makes it so interesting. We're not duplicating the same skill sets that we bring to the table. And I see a lot of synergy in completely different professions coming together for this one great cause. This cause that knows no boundaries of human-made boundaries of country. It's a global feeling, and someday we definitely would like to be there in every country, all over the world, doing great work, doing work which is tangible. I think at this point of time, we need to get out of the planning mode to the doing mode. We have interacted pretty regularly. Once the pandemic started, I think virtual interactions have been pretty regular. The physical meetups have been few and far between, agreed. But we need to be doing whatever we can in our own space, wherever we are located, in a connected manner. I'm sure there are a lot of us, when we're talking about what we do, where individually we see a connect that, connecting with a certain person might lead to certain possibilities, which possibly by our own selves we may not be in a position to carry out thoroughly. we actually need to get to that step to formulate and through the platform. We don't need to do it in a one-on-one manner. That's I mean, that is there, but then that's not the idea. So my perspective is that okay, maybe I can lend some IT knowledge to the world in general, but then there's so many people doing that. Where would I make a difference doing precisely only that? But yes, Dr. Farooqi talked about psychological impact. Mr. Sinha talked about yoga. I think at this point of time, a year plus after the pandemic, emotional well-being, emotional quotient, EQ as they call it, that needs to be seriously looked at. In the sense, I mean, people are working from home, and it's a very lonely place to work from. You don't have interactions of the humankind. It's completely virtual. The only people you're interacting with is your own family. And honestly speaking, you're pretty much fed up being in that situation. There is a limit to which virtual interaction is appropriate and is hygienic even. That emotional quotient, emotional intelligence, that's something I have personal interest in working on. Mental health is really hyped about, but then that's very vague. We would be getting into all sorts all over the place if we just approach that. But then with educators, with trainers, with yoga exponents, I will not say experts, exponents. Yes, I think that is something we could do. I mean, it doesn't have in a completely holistic manner. I mean, that's about it. Trying to put together my perspective, what I wish to do, and how I see a synergy happening with various members and in a whole, not just as Poonam Didi said, the sum of the whole is greater than sum of each of the parts. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohana. So well said and brought out with so much clarity that emotional health is important today. Yeah. Just mapping all the things, I think, together, I think we need to map all this, what each one is talking about, his opinions, his views, what they really want to do in Zena, with Zena. It's interesting. I move on from there. Thanks, Mohana. And there is somebody by the name iPhone only. Who is that? I'm a little inquisitive because you're next online. Somebody with an iPhone and the name says only iPhone. Can I just know your name? You can unmute and talk. I can't hear you.
Yeah, hi. Sorry about that. This is Projna. I don't know how to, this is the first time I'm using my phone for logging into a Zoom meeting. So
Okay.
this is Projna. If you don't know me, you can ask Rajiva. He sent me the link. I'm sorry I cannot talk right now because I'm not ready for anything. I'm just listening to whatever you guys are saying. And
Nahin,
yeah.
Prajna, let me just take on because
I have been trying to put my background on for such a long time.
Wait. Prajna Paramitra has logged in from Canada, and she is a pharmacist from BITS Pilani, having her own pharmacy in Canada, Toronto, for that matter. And yes, she has logged in just to get a hang of what this whole discussion is about. Yes, Prajna, that does.
Yeah, sorry, Rajiv. I was trying to
No problem.
put
No
my
problem.
name and all. I can't figure out. My
No
daughter is still
problem.
sleeping.
No problem. At least I can see you've got a very new iPhone. Thanks.
No, this is my daughter's. She gifted it to me. It's not mine.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay. Yeah, Nandita, you can proceed with the next name, please.
Okay, so I think the next would be Jane Shah. So Jane, yeah, all yours.
Yes, I'm here.
All
Thank
yours.
you. First of all, I'm so happy that, after finally I could meet you, I could see all of you. And it's a great feeling to get connected with new people, to know about them, to know what's happening, because most of us are either stuck in our home or stuck in a limited places where we get very few opportunities to interact with new people. And with this fast moving world, all of us have taken out some time, took a pause, waited here to see and meet everyone. So that's wonderful, Billing. So as a family together, I personally feel there are two things. One, what is it that we can contribute at an individual level? And the second, what is it that we can contribute at a collective level? So whether at individual level or collective level, somewhere I feel that, knowledge phase has kind of overexposed. So something has to be done on the ground, on action level. Otherwise, it remains just words. So together, if we can do actually something which can bring even some little changes in whatever we aspire to, then that would be great. Personally, I work as a freelancer, consulting business owners. I help them create their business plan, help them implement the same, strategize their financial strategies. So yeah, that's what I do. Good to connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you. That was nice. Short and sweet. Yeah. So let's move on to the next. Mrs. Shukal. Can we have you? Can we have your video on? You can unmute. You can unmute. Mrs. Shukal is the name showing here. Oh, okay. Sorry. It was coming as. Oh, yeah. I can see you now. Yeah.
Yes, I'm Shukla Sharma. So I'm a retired teacher from St. Xavier School, Delhi. So Nisha told me about you all. So I have my own business also. Just I joined to my husband's business also. His business is import and export. So I will be very happy to join you. So I don't know much about you, but Nisha appreciated a lot. So thank you very much. Thank you.
And what's
thank
your
you very
is that your first name? Is that your first name?
My name is Shukla, SHUKAL.
Okay.
Shukla Sharma. Yeah.
Shukla Sharma.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm sure your work in the school and whatever business you are doing and helping out, all that experiences will matter. And we will draw your experiences to, as sharing them here itself would mean a lot of learning for everybody. So we look forward to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Next, I think we move on to Nisha. Nisha, you can unmute.
हेलो एवरीवन, मैं अपने बारे में ज्यादातर लोग नहीं जानते हैं।
One second, Nisha, one second. Can you mute everybody, Nandita?
I'm doing that. So Anisha, the sound is coming from your side. I have muted everybody and still getting the sound, so it is from your side. So you need to let's make. Or can we say that Nisha wants to come back? If you are using a earphone or something, disconnect the earphone. Disconnect the earphone. Remove it from the pin. Talk directly. Yeah. Remove the pin also. There is some noise. Yeah, there is some noise. Yeah, Nisha, better. You can go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can't hear you.
Okay.
But
Hello.
yeah, Nisha, we can hear you.
Boys, मेरे को नहीं आ रही. Okay.
Nisha, we can
Very
hear
good
you.
evening, everyone. Okay, ठीक है. पर मुझे नहीं आ रही आवाज, पता नहीं क्या डिस्टरबेंस है. अच्छा, मैं आप सबको जो है अपना सलाम कहती हूँ और आज अच्छा लगा सबको साथ देखकर. मैं सोशल फील्ड में ज़्यादा वर्क करती हूँ. बाय प्रोफेशन मैं टीचर हूँ और अब मैं मीडिया के साथ भी जुड़ी हूँ. मीडिया ग्लोबल आई मीडिया देखती हूँ मैं डिजिटल. और जो है सोशल फील्ड में मेरा ज़्यादा है काम NGOs के साथ. और मैंने पब्लिक ग्रीवेंसेस में एज अ जज काम किया है, तो मैं गवर्नमेंट के सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के बारे में जानती हूँ और किस तरह से काम होता है सरकारी डिपार्टमेंट्स में और कैसे हो सकता है, वो सारे नॉर्म्स मुझे मालूम है. तो आई कैन जस्ट मैं उस तरह की हेल्प मैं किसी के लिए भी कर सकती हूँ. किसी की कोई प्रॉब्लम है वो मैं सॉर्ट आउट करती हूँ जो मुझसे हो सकता है. सोशल फील्ड से जुड़ी हूँ तो सोशल जो भी हो सकता है वो मैं कार्य करने की कोशिश करती हूँ और यही चाहती हूँ कि हमारे ज़ैना से भी जैसा मन है सबका, जिस तरह के लोग हैं अपने अपने फील्ड में मास्टर हैं मगर सब कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हैं, कुछ बेहतर करना चाहते हैं सोसाइटी के लिए, तो मैं उसमें सबके साथ हूँ और जो मुझसे होगा, जो मुझे कहा जाएगा होल हार्टेडली मैं उसको करूँगी. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you. Yeah, that was nice. So we have people from the school background, we have people from higher education, scientists, and we have people with psychological impact. Oh my God, this is getting to be a bit overwhelming. A lot of areas that we really can tap on. And from here, let's move on. The next speaker name is so intriguing and so interesting that it looks just like the name, it looks as filmy as the name goes. Redmi Raja Films Kashmir. I think we did meet earlier, but this is really interesting. I'm just like somebody called Redmi Raja Films Kashmir. So I'm sure you must be connected with films and therefore the name is reflecting in that. Yeah, can we have you? What's his name?
Hello?
Yes.
Raja
Nisar, yeah.
So, yeah, can you hear us?
Yes.
But where are you? I cannot see you. What? 1 second. Yes, sir. Yes, I'll just get you on spotlight. Yeah. Yes.
Actually, last Sunday हम एल्बम शूट कर रहे थे बॉलीवुड का. यहाँ कश्मीर में सिंथनटाप, टक्सुम, पहलगांव, डल लेक. टी सीरीज वाले आए थे मुंबई से. उसमें मेन एक्टर सना खान और उनके ग्रुप डायरेक्टर फेरोज खान. तो उसमें मैंने भी थोड़ा रोल किया ISI एजेंट.
ओके.
हाँ. 5 नाइट और 5 दिन हम शूट करते रहे. इंशाल्लाह वो ईद पे वो रिलीज होगा मुंबई से ही.
ओके.
हाँ. तो
कश्मीर में मैं डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म था कि डॉक्यूमेंट्री?
नहीं, म्यूजिक एल्बम था वो.
म्यूजिक एल्बम. ओके.
जी.
सो अभी आपने आपका नाम चेंज किया, रेडमी राजा फिल्म्स
नहीं नहीं, राजा निसार एक्चुअली मेरी चैनल चल रही है यहाँ पे, राजा फिल्म्स कश्मीर में ना।
Okay, okay, okay. That's how we are just kind of mapping. So, हाँ बोलिए सर, आप क्या करना चाहेंगे जना में?
जो भी हमारे लिए हुक्म होगा तो हम बिल्कुल तैयार है करने के लिए। आप हम यहाँ पे सब प्रोवाइड करेंगे जो भी चाहिए।
पहले तो हम सब लोग कश्मीर आएंगे।
सब एल्बम शूट करेंगे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हाँ, हम जना वाले शूट करेंगे एल्बम, तो फिर रिलीज करेंगे मुंबई में।
जना का फैमिली होगा वहाँ पे, जना का रिट्रीट। और आप शायद नहीं जानते, जना में बहुत सिंगर्स हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हाँ,
बहुत एजुकेटेड लोग हैं एंड पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल फील्ड्स, सो आई थिंक वी कैन मेक अ नाइस फिल्म ऑन जना। ओके, और कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
बस हम यहाँ कश्मीर में थिएटर कर रहे हैं 30 साल से। और मैं आजकल कास्टिंग भी कर रहा हूँ बॉलीवुड फिल्म्स के, जितना भी उनको कश्मीर में चाहिए, मतलब एक्टर्स और होटल गाइडियाँ, मतलब लाइन प्रोड्यूस भी मैं कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे।
ओके ओके ओके, थैंक यू राजा जी. It was really nice and interesting. The moment the word Kashmir comes, I think we have good memories of a lot of old films were shot in Kashmir, and then after the issue started, I think it was not a favorite destination, and people moved to Switzerland. But I think people are coming back to the Jannat of all Jannats. Right?
Jannat-e Benazir.
Yeah, Jannat-e Benazir. Thank you so much for that. So, thanks. So let's move on, and I think our next one would be Shaukat Dar, Mr. Shaukat Dar, the journalist, acting again from Kashmir. We have a very good representation from the Valley. So happy to see that.
Hello. Are you listening my voice?
Yes, I'm just putting you on spotlight.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Here I am Shaukat Dar, working as a journalist and also a research scholar.
In Kashmir, right?
Yes, yes. In the field of journalism and mass communication, I am doing research, my research PhD program nowadays.
Okay, awesome.
Actually, I have a best friend, this Nisha. This is my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, yes. At least before 2 or 3 years back, we have started a friendship.
So which research, or are you also working with some newspaper?
Yes, 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 yes. I have writing. I have working some Urdu, English, as well as report in a radio station also.
Okay, okay. So for all the news that we want, you are there for us, right?
Yes, that's right. Exactly, ma'am. Now, my aim is I want to join with you in your organization.
Super, super. So I think yes, we have added to our profile in Zena with people from journalistic background also, which we hadn't earlier. Now we have films and we have journalism, and we are getting to be more and more diverse as an organization.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Shaukat ji.
शौकत भाई
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
आप एक बार आदाब कर लें राजा भाई को, राजा भाई आपकी एंट्री करा देंगे, वो कास्टिंग कराते हैं बॉलीवुड के लिए। जना के लिए तो वो चुटकी में कास्टिंग करा देंगे।
ओके
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. I think we have one last person, Mr. Yasir Gurdesi. Sir, can you unmute and come? Let me just you on. Sir, you have to unmute. Once you, yeah, your video is on, I can put you on spotlight. Can we have your video and audio on, sir?
Yasir bhai.
Maybe he's busy or something like that. Yeah, I think he's busy and that's why he's not unmuting and neither is his video on. Is there anybody else left? Jitendra ji, you had given the opening note, but would you like to say something in terms of what you, once again, what you envision with all that that you are seeing right now as incoming members?
Well, I'm happy to welcome people from a new form of profession, and that is journalism. And I'm happy to see we have an eminent psychologist also. And I think all this, probably we can try now to develop some programs like in this period, in this era of COVID, when people are psychologically distressed, when people are feeling lonely, when people are feeling detached from society because of their home, remaining in home, why not develop some program which with yoga, psychological counseling, and maybe some, because a lot of you, Nanitaji, you and others are educators, teachers, some sort of informal education, not the curriculum-based education. Why not develop a capsule sort of thing, and with which we go to the society and try to help out people who are in distress or who are in dire need of such thing. I mean,
Dr. Jitendra ji, may I say, am I allowed to say something?
Please.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir, for raising such an important question, which is very relevant and viable today. Let me tell you that just 2 days ago, I was involved in an international symposium from Sweden and Bhutan in collaboration. That was discussing the possibility of rolling out GNH, like Gross National Happiness Index in India, and to see its feasibility, because we were talking about the subjective well-being post-COVID in two ways, like the lifestyle, work lifestyle, which has just been discussed, that it has changed a lot and we have become more, kind of entrapped into our own homes and within our sphere. Secondly, most of us are COVID hit, and we are having bereaving families. We have less happy society after COVID. So we were just discussing about developing an intervention, because my expertise, my area is to study the psychological impact and other social impact in evidence-based approach, and then to see that how new interventions could be developed on the basis of theory of behavior change. And those interventions are tested and tried on the basis of theoretical parameters and then rolled out to see if they are effective and efficacious. So just 2 days ago, we have developed a consortium from Sweden and from Bhutan, Royal Thimphu University, which is based, and the model of gross national happiness is being taken from Bhutan, and we are just thinking of developing something new for Indian society. So this gives me an idea. Your question has given me the idea that why not Zana family gets an entry into that intervention development program. Anybody, because we see that it's a Zana itself is a resource of people. So they might like to see the progress of our work, and they might like to provide their inputs and might like to participate in the development of the intervention. And then when it is going to be rolled out in any level, at any level, then we can, Zana could be a participant, a stakeholder for that. That's it.
Nandita, a new gentleman has joined.
Yeah. Yes, I see that. We have two new people. One is Rachana ji. If you can switch on your video and audio and share, just tell about yourself and share. Yes.
Yeah, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. My name is Rachna. Actually, even I am new to Zena family. Nisha's got me introduced and she's asked me to join the Zoom meeting today. So I'm very new to the Zena family. So let me just give me one chance, to get to know you guys, and probably next time I will participate and try to,
So can
participate
you
in a
just
better
tell us
way.
your background? If you could share your background, that would be great.
I'm an entrepreneur. I come from a beauty family, beauty background. I have a salon in Vasant Kunj. So I don't know
Wow.
whether I'll be, yeah, that's it.
That's really nice. Yeah, so we have Rachna, who's an entrepreneur in the beauty and wellness area, and
Yes.
a new dimension being added to Zena. So we had today, I think we have added film journalism and wellness and beauty as well. Super. Thank you, Rachna ji. Thank you.
You're most
And
welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. I'll be participating next time for sure.
Sure. Thank you so much. Let's move on. And the next person, I think one more person joined in.
Javed Bhai has joined.
Javed Bhai, are you there? Just unmute and switch on the video so that I can get you on spotlight. Javed Bhai, are you there? And Yasir is was also not there. Yasir Bhai, are you there? Can you just unmute and switch on your video? So it looks like they may be busy.
Once again, no, Javed Bhai has come, and before he says anything, let me introduce, Raja Bhai had said that he is into films and all that. Javed Bhai had done a role. He's a established actor from Kashmir, and he had done a phenomenal acting in by kidnapping somebody. Yes, Javed Bhai.
Yeah, Mr. Shahid Kapoor in film Haider.
Oh, you were the villain.
Yeah,
you told us last time. Yes. So welcome you to Zena family, and yes, that was a great introduction. He has played the villain role in Haider, I believe. Really awesome. So you want to say something?
Yes, thank you very much, Zena family, for joining me in this group. So, मैं कश्मीर से हूँ. जो लोग आज नए हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, मैं कश्मीर से हूँ, एक प्रोफेशनल एक्टर हूँ. तो कश्मीर ज़ीना फैमिली की, मैंने पिछली बार भी कहा था कि कश्मीर में बहुत कुछ करने के लिए है, हमें कुछ करना है कश्मीर के लिए, तो इसीलिए मैं ज़ीना के साथ जुड़ा हूँ. तो इंशाल्लाह मैं चाहूँगा कि ज़ीना के साथ जुड़ के हम कश्मीर के लिए कुछ करें, यहाँ के लोगों के लिए कुछ करें. तो यही इसी जो मंशा मेरी है, इसीलिए मैं ज़ीना से जुड़ा हूँ कि हम लोगों के लिए कुछ करें, क्योंकि यहाँ बहुत दुखी है लोग. बस यही चाहत है मेरी.
Thank you so much. आपने विलन का रोल प्ले किया, but I'm sure you want to play the hero in real life, right?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
So thank you for that, and sure, I think Zena will give you a platform, and with your inputs, we should be able to do something for the valley in terms of what you are foreseeing, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Nandita, could you just request?
Sorry?
Nandita, could you kindly request Projna she had a suggestion to make on a particular kind of talk or a program related to health, women health or something like that. Could you just ask her to speak on it, please?
Yeah. Are you there? I mean, if you can switch on your
Yes,
right.
yes, I'm there. Yeah.
She switched
What
on.
is it you said, Rajiv? I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
I said you wanted to give a talk or whatever it is related to women's health or whatever.
Yeah, I want to.
So whatever it was, just share it in this platform so that everybody can understand.
Yeah, basically, if anybody has any issues about women's health, I can talk on it. I haven't prepared any topic as such because every topic is very detailed. I cannot just pick out things from the like space and start speaking. So if there's anything specific anybody wants me to discuss on, it's not only women's health. I can talk on men's health, children's health, anybody's health. I can't talk on animals' health because I'm not trained for that. But yeah, anything which is of interest to you guys, I can prepare a talk on it, maybe 2-3 minutes, because I do not want to ramble on a topic which many others won't understand. Because there will be a lot of medical terms also in it, okay? So if anybody has any, like some people want to know about high blood pressure, some people want to know about cholesterol, some people want to know about nerve problems. It does not need to be only about women. Like, I am more than happy to talk about any specific things you want to know related to health or managing a disease or about medicines. I'm actually, I have my expertise in talking about medicines. Sorry?
Sorry, I think that was somebody is on, not on mute. So that's okay.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
I can basically talk about interactions of drugs, that is my expertise, like which medicine will interact with which medicine. Can I take this medicine if I'm taking that medicine? And how is it going to affect how the side effects are going to affect me, because all medicines have side effects, right? So anything like that, if you have questions, you can always ask me, because I'm not sure in India how people take their medicines, because out here, most of the people take a lot of medicines at the same time, and which can sometimes have a good effect and sometimes which can have bad effect. So that is related to medicine. Then there is health, like how to manage a particular disease. Like all diseases can't be cured just like that. Like they can't be cured with antibiotics or any short-term thing. They're chronic diseases. Like they are there for the lifetime. So how do you manage them? How do you bring down the symptoms? How you keep your readings under control? All those things I can talk about.
Sorry, do you like to take your question now or for later on?
Yeah, I would like to, like everything, if it is a little bit organized, it is better. So why don't you guys just put down your question, send it to Rajiva or whoever is in charge, and he forwards it to me. And I do it like, it's my hobby actually, to answer to people's questions. So I will do my research and I will answer each and every one of your question. How about it? Like then everybody gets a chance. You guys can have so many questions. And I don't mind the number of questions. There is no need to limit it, because if I cannot answer everything in one go, I will answer it over a period of time, but I will answer. It's not that I will try to avoid it.
So the exchange of information will be via email, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have my email, but yeah, you can initially send it to Rajiva, and I will then, I don't know how to give my email. I will give the email and then you guys can send it to me like that. So I will format it.
I think we initially let's have that simpler approach. किसी को भी कोई भी question हो, आप मेरे को भेज दें.
Yeah, that's fine. That is good with me. No problem. Yeah. Yes, Rajiv. I'll do that.
And you guys should not be scared about confidentiality and all. If you think something is too personal, you don't have to ask it like, oh, this happened to me. You can always say it happened to a friend or something, like all knowledge is anyway available on internet. So there is nothing to feel shy about anything. And you don't need to say that it is my problem. It can be anybody's problem, right? It can be your friend's problem. So because some
No,
people
it's,
feel ashamed when they talk about something. Oh my God, I have this. How can I tell it? I mean, you don't have to announce it to the whole world. So this is the way you can keep confidentiality intact. That's all I'm saying.
no, I'll be asking about the treatment of tuberculoma, which my wife is having, the hypothalamus. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
whatever
these
has
things
been done.
are like these topics, they really need some research and and I will be very happy to
Sure.
answer questions like that. But
I
you
think
don't need to mention like my wife or anything. I mean, it is not necessary. Because see, I am not a doctor. I am
Thank you.
not curing anything. I'm just giving you more information than which you will get from 10 websites or YouTube channels. I'm just, you're talking to somebody live, you are just putting a question to somebody live who is there. Instead of 10 people, you're able to ask to one person. So if you wish, you don't need to say for whom it is. So, but every question is equally important to me. Like one question is not less important than other, because anybody who has a health problem knows that all health problems are very important. If you can't breathe because you have cold, then it is as important as if you are having cancer and you are dying. So every disease is important and every person is important. That's all.
Thank you.
Nita
Thank
ji,
you.
I have some two concrete suggestions. First is related to Prajna thing. I think if we all pull up our questions, send it to her, and then on a particular time, pre-decided time and date, we can again call a meeting and Prajna ji can answer one by one.
Oh, yeah.
The second one is
He's
now.
outside.
Second one is I will congratulate, hats off to Nisha Samuel ji, जिनके प्रयासों से इतने ज्यादा लोग इकट्ठे कश्मीर से हो गए या जर्नलिस्ट इतने और वेरियस वॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ से हो गए. तो मेरे ख्याल से ये बहुत बढ़िया है. जैसे जावेद जी ने कहा कि कश्मीर के लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, तो शायद हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि एक कैप्सूल प्रोग्राम हम बनाएं जिसको एक निश्चित टाइम एंड डेट पे जावेद जी और भी जो लोग हैं इनके मदद से एक निश्चित टाइम एंड डेट पे कश्मीर में ही कुछ लोगों को इकट्ठा करें और वर्चुअली उनको इस प्रोग्राम के तहत उनको कुछ एजुकेट करें, जैसे साइकोलॉजी में साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स या मेडिटेशन या योगा मॉड्यूल, इस तरह से कुछ चीजें या कुछ चीजें बेसिक साइंस की भी चीजें. हमारे बीच पे डॉक्टर नौचियाल हैं. बेसिक साइंस की भी कुछ चीजें जो जैसे लोगों के कंफ्यूजन हो, जो कि सुपरस्टिशन को जन्म देते हैं, तो ऐसी चीजों के लिए हम शायद कुछ एक मॉड्यूल बना करके एंड स्पेसिफाइड टाइम एंड डेट पे कश्मीर के कुछ लोगों को, कुछ जवानों को इसमें जोड़ सकते हैं. हमारे जो लोग अभी जुड़े हैं उनकी मदद से, और एक वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग कर सकते हैं. That's it from me.
Okay, thank you so much. And I think that actually summarizes quite a bit of it, but still, as we go by agenda, can I ask Mohana also to do a bit of summarizing of what you have seen and heard today, and if you can consolidate it, if you're okay with it, Mohana.
Yes, Nandita. But prior to that, I wanted to ask a question, but then Poonam Didi's raised her hand much earlier. So I think it's all fair for her to. Yes.
I didn't see that. Sorry. Yeah. Poonam Didi, you would like to say something? And yeah, you have raised your hand, right? Let me just spotlight video you. Yes, Poonam Didi. You're on spotlight. Yes. You wanted to say something, Poonam Didi?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear other people, but here's my 2 cents. Actually, Dawood Farooqi stole my comment, but let me just say that I want to underline what he said. It seems that we are converging in our themes and our interests and our commitment to a larger social historical context on paying attention to what we call national global happiness index. We've stressed on alienation, loneliness, grief, depression, unhappiness, etc., etc. Now, the flip side of all of this is happiness. We're defining the problem. We need to define the solution, which is happiness and the measuring of happiness. So I've been very, very interested in this concept. In fact, in my last position at a college in the US, I had invited the Prime Minister of Bhutan to speak on the subject because he was the one who advised the king, the prince, Sigme Wanchuk, on this concept, and they have incorporated this into their national policy, into their educational policy, into their social policy policies. The UN has corroborated it, etc. We have an index. Unfortunately, India ranks very, very low on the global happiness index. Out of, I think, 152 countries that we measure this in, we are somewhere in the 120th or the 130th. Bhutan is the highest in terms of its national happiness index in all over Asia. What I want to emphasize is that GDP and GNH index are not correlated. Bhutan is not a rich country. It is a very happy country. Finland is the highest on the rank of nations, has been for several years in a row. It's a fairly rich country, but what I'm saying is that economic well-being does not need to lead to happiness, and low poverty rates do not necessarily lead to happiness. So there are some very important findings. These need to be explored. We talk about what is the pain point that Zena family will focus on. And I want to say, it's not the pain point. What is the way in which we will relieve that pain? That's the point, not just identifying the pain. I mean, we had a program on, how do we grieve in these moments of COVID with deaths and illnesses all around us. And I talked about how it's not just important to talk about grief, it is important to focus on death. And not death in the sense of, we're all inclined towards death, we're all dying every day, but what is it that death means, and how can we cultivate happiness in the face of death, not avoiding death, in the face of death? How do we achieve happiness? We're all going to die, but that doesn't mean we have to stop being happy. How are we going to be happy if we are faced with illness, bad policies, ill health, ugliness, selfishness, hyper individualism, etc., etc.? So I know I'm just reiterating what Dawood Farooqi said. I don't want to take credit for that, but let us all now focus on whatever it is we do, how can we direct this towards understanding what are the parameters of happiness and what's getting in the way of happiness.
Yeah, Poonam Didi, thank you for expanding it and refining it. Yeah, believe me, I have started to synthesize evidence on the sources of happiness, which make us happy in India. And believe me, I took this inspiration from the death of my mother. I lost her due to COVID recently in the last week of April. And then when I was trying to get out of this shock, so I thought of going to the GNH area, like GNH domain, and to see that how we can make ourselves happy in the times of stress. So yeah, thank you for making it more enlightened, Poonam Didi. And I'll be keep the Zana group updated with the research we are doing here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Poonam Didi. And just to add on, India stands 139th on the Global Happiness Index, which is really, really bad. And the parameters that are gauged for gross happiness index, which is developed by the Bhutanese government, is basically, there are 4 things, I believe, which are, usually you have parameters to gauge anything, whether it is gross domestic product, which is nothing but a valuation of the goods and services produced. Gross happiness index, on the other side, includes parameters like sustainable and equitable socio-economic development of the country, not just economic, socio-economic development. It also includes parameters like environmental conservation, preservation and promotion of art and culture, and good governance. So these are important parameters which go into the making the index on gross happiness, which are completely not a part of gross national income or gross domestic income. So I just wanted to add on to what she had said. And then I think we have more or less covered everybody. And if there is anybody left out by oversight, yeah, Mohana? Is there?
Nandita, I wanted to say something when you had actually, I have kind of passed the mic to Poonam Didi. We have talked a lot about the mental impact that the COVID has had and the need to address it. There's a completely different aspect which came to my mind after Pragya Paramita spoke. Well, it's not a personal question, really. I mean, it is personal, but it's more, it's collective as well. Very little is known about.
Mohana, I'm sorry, just switch on your video. It's got.
No, host has apparently stopped it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Just started back. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Very little is known about metabolic syndrome and metabolic disorders. I think Pragya would be the best person to speak about this. But I mean, 2 doctors, especially specialists, don't have the time to explain. And there needs to be a lot of evangelism to explain what this is. I am not the best person to start a discourse in the matter. However, I definitely feel that there needs to be knowledge on the subject, because a lot of it, lifestyle changes, lifestyle corrections can possibly remedy this as a nation in the social context. Is Pragya around? I don't see her. Can she? I mean, yes, I understand she needs preparation to talk about the same, but then I am not talking about her addressing our group only. I'm talking about that addition to any kind of program we might, kind of modulate and reach out. And that's about it.
Absolutely, Mohana, I totally agree with you. There are times when we cannot go to a doctor for everything, and we just need to know, because we have so many doubts in our mind regarding our physical health, our mental health. So if somebody can anchor it to that, that would be a great service, in fact. Yeah. Yeah, I think pretty much we have covered everybody. And I think the only person missing is still Mr. Yasir. Is he there? Mr. Yasir, if you can unmute, yes. Okay, I don't think I can get him online. So yeah. Mohana, I'm back to you. If you could just consolidate it for everybody, all that that we have tried to bring as our vision in Zena, personally and professionally, what we want to bring, and what we see as important and can be taken forward. If you can just give a
one second, Nandita, before she takes on, Javed Mir Bhai has joined, and Mohana, you can direct your just question for her understanding. Prujna is also line. After Javed Bhai has spoken, you can redirect your question to Prujna, and at a convenient time, she would suggest how to take it on. Yes, Nandita, please. Javed Bhai is there.
Javed Bhai, can you switch on your video and audio so that I can pin you? Till then, I cannot put you on spotlight, and neither can we hear you.
Javed Mir Sahab.
Javed Mir Sahab, are you there? I will request Nisha, if you can just ping him through the phone in case he is out there, but probably busy with something. And would like to...
Nisha herself is not there. So till such time, Mohana, you can redirect your question to Prujna. She's there.
Yes. I have a feeling she got back to her video mode because she would have heard some of this. I'm repeating, Pragya, this is for you. We have talked a lot about emotional well-being for the better part of today's meeting. However, one of the first of Zena's vision is for physical well-being for everybody. And very little is known about metabolic syndrome and metabolic disorders. However, most of us are afflicted with it in one form or the other. And the thing about metabolic syndrome is that if you have one in the family, the others will catch on. Here, I mean yourself. As a nation, we suffer from this, and I'm not the best person to get into a discourse in the matter. I understand when you said that, any kind of topic to talk about couldn't be offhand, would need some kind of preparation. But yes, I definitely think some kind of module on the subject, which could be encapsulated into a model that we would prefer to offer as not as a one-stop solution for all your problems, but in association, in tandem with yoga on one side, psychological, emotional well-being on one side, and physical health as well. I think that piece needs to be fitted into this puzzle that we're trying to put together. Talking only about emotional health, emotional well-being is fine. However, if you ignore the physical health, your mental well-being is not going to really happen. Pragya, if you could, would you prefer to answer that right now, or just your take on it? We would actually need to get down to, it's not a single question that I'm asking. I'm asking about your interest and your agreeing to, put that as part of your contribution to the program.
Okay, yes, I'm not looking to contribute anything as such, for the sake of contribution. You want to, metabolic syndrome is a problem with South Asian, with the South Asian community. It is a big problem even here. And yes, I would like to talk about it, and everything everything is very symbiotic, like mental health, physical health, everything is actually, it's a single entity, but most of the time, most of the doctors, medical doctors, they don't see it like that. They approach everything like one piecemeal at a time. But it does not help everyone. And medicine cannot be, what do you call it? Mass merchandise thing, like even disease. So it is very specific to an individual, which is what is being taught in Ayurveda, that every person is an individual and every person has a disease which affects that person in a certain way. So I understand what you are saying, and I gather that metabolic syndrome is a topic on which almost everybody is very interested, and understandably so, because that is an affliction which happens to all of us South Asians, wherever we stay, because of our lifestyle, the way we think, the amount of stress we take unnecessarily. Like we take a lot of mental stress, which causes these kind of diseases because it affects our lifestyle. We eat in a certain way, we sleep at a certain time, we don't do certain things. So everything is very interrelated, and I will just speak on it in a more, what do you call it, organized way after I prepare the topic somewhat. And yeah, it won't take too much of time. And once you see my presentation, I like to do videos, because oh my God, I find the writing and all those pie charts, bar charts, and all those points, it drives me crazy, because I'm reading that all the time. So I don't want to bore anybody like that. So I will make a talk, and in the talk, you can ask me questions by interrupting me. And I won't claim to know everything. Whatever I don't know, and whatever you feel that your answers have not been properly looked into, I will come back to it again. Maybe not at that, but at the same time, maybe it will be in future. So everybody has to be patient. Like I'm not preparing for an interview or writing an exam. I am just trying to help everybody with the knowledge which I have about a disease or disorder which afflicts most of us in this community. So I hope that answers your question.
Mohana, would you like to say something?
I will just kind of why don't you just give names of a couple of diseases which are in the family? At least there might be people not familiar with the term metabolic syndrome, metabolic disorder. It would just, clue in people to what we're talking about.
Yeah, this metabolic disorder and syndrome I did not give. You said, that's why I was talking about it. So there are so many diseases. So you let me know which all diseases you guys want to listen and hear about, and I will tell. There are 10,000 diseases in the world. I did not raise this metabolic syndrome. It was you who was talking about it.
True. In that case, let me, kind of specify a couple, because they are very common disorders. High blood pressure, high cholesterol. That's for one. Diabetes. And the thing about metabolic syndrome, to the best of my understanding, is it will catch up with you sometime or the other. If you have one, somewhere in the line of things, you will get another. And they can't be cured, they can be managed. So while you would need to be, there are ways of management which are not entirely only medicine. They're highly lifestyle based. And since Progya is not a medical professional, but somebody interested in this kind of discourse, even if it is brief, some kind of,
a correction, I am a medical professional. I am not a medical doctor. I am a pharmacist.
Right.
Okay, so I am a medical professional.
Right. What I meant to be the right
yeah,
person to deal
I
with.
understood what you meant. And yes, I was also coming to that everything has a holistic approach. Like it is not like in allopathy, you have to treat like that. In Ayurveda, you have to treat like that. So we can take an approach which combines both. That is my that is how I go about it. Like I feel like it was I who said that mind affects how you live, your lifestyle, and it causes diseases like metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, diabetes. It is familial also, like you have to have it in family also. So everything is like, it goes hand in hand, nothing stands alone. So yeah, there are so many diseases: high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, thyroidism, obesity, and there can be so many diseases. So whichever is of, like, you cannot talk about everything in one sitting. So whichever you guys want to know first, I will talk about it first. That's all.
Right. Thank you so much. Nandita, as you wanted me to kind of conclude this, what I would say is, we started with what seemed to be an exponent of yoga that again has mind body balances being looked into. On the other hand, we had somebody talking about emotional well-being only. I just added another very important aspect which we should not disregard at this point of time. And what we are talking about, well, for happiness, whether there is a formal method to index it or otherwise, you have to be in sync, mind and body, to make that happen. And I think Zeina is, with the kind of synergies we have, we can put together something very holistic. While each person is an expert in his own domain, multiple such experts coming together and creating a holistic approach to life in general. I think this could be, kind of broken down into understandable, credible, doable modules and approached at the school level maybe, but then it could be open to anybody. That is my take on it. I hope, you see some sense in what I'm saying. So where Nandita was talking about skill development only, I see this open up a completely new dimension, which could be a progression to simply upskilling. However, the same modus and mechanism would be followed. I mean, it's no point just creating a module and keeping it to ourselves. We have to be there, reach the masses. And I think it seems to me we have the modus of doing that as we talk today.
Very well said, Mohana. That was put.
Nandita, Javed Mir Sahab has joined, so you can just.
Who has joined?
Javed Mir Sahab has joined.
Javed Mir Sahab, can you just switch on your video and I will put you on spotlight. Okay. Please switch on your video and audio. Yes. Yes, sir. Welcome to Zeina. We were waiting for you.
Thank you, madam.
What we are doing is we are all like bringing on what we think, we as a group can do, because we are all coming from very diverse backgrounds and we all have our own vision, passion. So if we can put it together, kuch kar sakte hain, something for our
surely.
society. Yeah. So we would like you to say a few lines.
My good name is Javed Mir. I'm from Jammu and Kashmir. I belong from one of the far-flung district Kupwara. And presently I'm pursuing as a social and political activist, as come youth activist, as well as I'm one of the youngest Sarpanch with highest qualification from Jammu and Kashmir.
Wow.
So Nisha told me about this and she forwarded me this link, and I'm sorry I was a bit late because I was busy with some work. So now I got a bit time. So I would like to thank you all for making me part of this. So I'm at your disposal. Whenever you need me, do forward me your links, whatever it be. I will be available for you.
So you are a Sarpanch somewhere, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is Kupwara district, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, super. So basically, what are the challenges you face, I mean, in this kind of situation, and how do you want Zena to be somewhere associated in helping out? We are just having a lot of people from the valley, and we are trying to see what is it that we can do to, you know, in whatever way we can to bring about some.
If I talk about my village, there's a village in district of Fora, namely a village of widows, Dardapura. You might have read in articles in different newspapers, in international media as well as national media. Many international media, newspapers and TV channels had covered stories about this. The village, there are 428 widows. And they are orphans. So, and that village is namely as the village of widows. The name of that village is Dardapura. So what we are doing on our own, I'm doing from my pocket money, I can say. I'm helping them whenever the orphans of their widows, children's, like their daughters or son are going for marriage. We would like to help them as in shape of money, in shape of clothes, in shape of some other things. So in this pandemic, we were 3 to 4 guys. We were working together for the people of such area. There are different areas, like there is Rashampura, there is Fakan, there is Kachama. There are also widows, but mainly Dardapura is one of the highest range of widows there in Dardapura. There are 428 widows. That was because of during 90s till date. So you can help them out, like they are suffering very badly financially, economically, they are very weak. So we can together help them. If their daughters are going for marriage, we can help them in shape of clothes, in shape of money, or any other sort of help.
Yeah. So Javed Bhai, I think this is really good you brought this up. And if I remember right, actually, I don't know at what age these widows are, but I know there is a very good program for Kashmir by National Skill Development Corporation called UDAN. Under UDAN, they only take people. Have you heard of it, sir?
Yeah, surely I have heard about it. I have sent a few of my guys. They are working outside in different states of India.
Right, right. So this you have brought out, and I think this is one of the best things we can do is, instead of just giving money and things like that, that apart, I think if we can give them some, they always say instead of giving a fish, give them a fishing rod so that they can learn to earn their own money, earn their own.
Surely.
If we can
That's
help them.
what I told you earlier, that we can help them in any way.
Right.
It's not necessary
So
we can give them money, we can give them food or clothes or anything. We can
connect
help
them
them any way.
We can connect them with a lot of corporates. Like I'm aware of, I don't know how many of you have heard, Usha Silai classes are there, which the Usha company runs to make Kashmiri women independent through tailoring. Okay, so through tailoring, they make one of the best and most premium clothing for the country comes from there. Something like this, if we can connect some corporates, I'm sure some of you are connected, to run some programs for Kashmiri women who are in this situation, and that would be a great thing. These are my thoughts. So thank you so much.
You're right, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Nandita, I think people are one by one leaving, so we can just run the anthem and close the meeting.
Bang at 6 and time to quit.
Yeah, just run the anthem and we can leave.
Yeah, so thank you all for coming and sharing what you would like. And I think we have just mapped out some of the things, but Javed Bhai brought out a very relevant thing which we can actually start off doing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you everybody for sharing, from mental health to skill development, to psychological impact, to emotional well-being, to schools and things like that, to films and journalism. Oh my God, we have gone a whole plethora of events, to entrepreneurship, to acting, and to medicines, and right now to what we can do for Kashmiri women who are widowed, unfortunately. So I think at this we will close, and let me just share my screen and play the anthem. Give me a minute. Just 1 second. So I have to play it behind and then share. Just give me a second. Meantime, I mean, you can have your discussion. That would be great.
No point in having discussion because.
Yes, I got it. Just a second. Okay. Let me connect. Oh, hold on. Yes. Am I? Just a second. Let me share it now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Just let me know if you can see it.
Can you increase the speed?
ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। हम सदस्य ज़ैना के हैं, ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। कष्ट खरीदी दुख हरने का हम संकल्प उठाए, धरती को कुटुंब करने के लिए प्रयास बढ़ाए। कष्ट खरीदी दुख हरने का हम संकल्प उठाए, धरती को कुटुंब करने के लिए प्रयास बढ़ाए। हम सदस्य ज़ैना के हैं, ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। सबको रोजी रोटी हो और सबको हो खुशहाली, हो निर्बाध विचार भावना सदा सीखने वाली। सबको रोजी रोटी हो और सबको हो खुशहाली, हो निर्बाध विचार भावना सदा सीखने वाली। हम सदस्य ज़ैना के हैं, ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। दया क्षमा नैतिकता हो और हो सम्मान सभी का, सबको यूं अपना माने के दिल ना दुखे किसी का। दया क्षमा नैतिकता हो और हो सम्मान सभी का, सबको यूं अपना माने के दिल ना दुखे किसी का। हम सदस्य ज़ैना के हैं, ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा। हम सदस्य ज़ैना के हैं, ज़ैना परिवार हमारा चारों ओर खुशी फैलाने का है अपना नारा।
I think with that we come to the end, and thank you all for being a part of this session. A lot of valuable inputs for all of us to take forward. Thank you all.